Hello there! Let's get your week and your month rolling just right. The right mix of news and conversation. Now, whether you're catching us online, on TV, or on the radio, hop on and join the chat. I'm Paolo de Rosario.
Hello there, beautiful people. I'm Asis-Carilo. We are simulcast on Mellow 94.7 BFM. Here's your daily dose of deep dives and good vibes. Welcome to
Beautiful Day! Okay, tapos na ang September.
Happy 1st of October!
Wow! We're here.
Akala ko nga, you know what, yesterday we were talking and then
Yeah.
you told me na October na bukas and I was like, what? Akala ko may 31st yung September.
Exactly. But you know what? September felt long. It
Because
felt
of everything that happened.
parang
Crazy.
every day may sizable event,
Yeah.
diba? I mean, like, from the very first,
That's
I mean,
true.
like, September 1, Jose Marichan.
Oo,
like,
ito nga,
parang
we're looking
nagpakita.
at this calendar that was posted yesterday by a news outlet. Tapos every day of the month of September, nandun yung mga events na nangyari. So unang-una nakakatuwa talaga.
Yeah.
So Semarichan, right?
And then, you know what? Just looking
Alam
at
mo,
calendar.
dapat si Mariah Carey there din sa September 1. Kasi
Siyempre,
they
love our
thaw
own
at the
tayo.
same time.
Oh, they thought at the same time, but love your own tayo. But, you know, it just goes to show, ha? It felt like mentally, ang dami natin pinagdaanan in the sense that we were so concentrated.
It already felt like the entire year packed in 1 month.
It felt like 3 at the very least,
Seriously.
3 or 4, you're right. And, you know, we're going to
With
see what
all the
October brings.
happenings.
We're going to see what October brings because October is also set to be an interesting time. At the end of the month naman, maglalabasan tayo yung mga naka-costume, diba?
Oh yeah,
Oo,
Halloween.
Halloween.
Yeah.
And,
Kaya nga people, when we celebrate Christmas, when we put out those Christmas decorations too early, people say, teka lang, mag-Halloween, ano pa tayo, decoration. Di
Yeah,
ba?
I know. And it's funny kasi it's like even Jose Marichan takes a break for 1 day. And it's just
Mali mo, mag-Halloween costume.
Mag-Halloween
si
costume
Jose
siya. Oo,
Maria.
naka-Santa outfit pa rin doon.
Oo.
Oo, yan yung Halloween costume niya. But anyway, we are still online.
Yes.
And I believe we're back on Facebook as well.
Yes, we are. Facebook and on YouTube. Please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. We've got a comment section there where you can send in your messages, your shout outs, and your questions if you guys want to join Besties Ask later. We are also, speaking of Besties Ask, we are simulcast on Mellow 94.7 BFM, and we are also on their Facebook page, so you guys can send your answers there. For Besties Ask later, we will be joined by DJ Yen of Mellow 94.7 BFM. Our topic for today, if you want to send your answers in advance, what's a funny story from your first time driving?
Ayun, I have a couple. Because I think I may be part of the last generation na natuto sa stick shift. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, well, kasi
Wala-
after that, it felt like everything became automatic na eh. Mga 2010s, parang matic na lahat eh. So, you know, I feel like I'm one
Pero
of
they
the
do
last group.
still offer that in
Yeah,
driving
they
schools,
do.
right? Like
They-
you learn this.
Yeah,
this
they do,
thing.
pero practically speaking, parang ang konti na lang ng manual. Like, I mean, like, do you have a manual?
Now, no.
Exactly.
But that was my first car.
Well, yeah, what year was that?
That
Okay, so we're gonna move on to talking.
2000 something.
Your first car?
Yeah, my first car.
Really?
When I was working na, because I bought it with my own sweldo.
Oo.
Yeah, so I was working na, I saved some money and then I bought
No,
my
pero
first car.
2000.
Mga 2004.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, so that was around the time I started. No, I wasn't learning then. I was 14. When a few years after that, and then pero stick shift. And then, but after that, parang wala.
It
I mean, like,
doesn't-
kids these days, wala. Pero mamaya na yan. Okay,
Okay.
but we're gonna talk also a lot, actually, about what happened around the country when it comes to the earthquakes and the volcanic eruptions. Yeah, I mean,
waking up to news of the earthquake
yeah.
and seeing the devastation.
Yeah.
Meron pa ngang fast food chain na nagiba, di ba?
Yes,
Or-
I mean, like,
yeah.
the photos aren't that great. We're gonna have the OCD coming in later on to give us updates, and of course, we'll give you more updates on that as well as the day goes on, because you know, we've even seen minors affected by this. But of course, apart from that, apart from Besties Ask, and apart from the OCD coming in, we also have for Weather HQ Station Commander for the PCG coming in to talk to us about Surigao's coastlines, especially yung mga rehabilitation efforts doon.
Okay.
Yeah, and of course, we also have Girl Talk later. I think that's more
Yes.
on your type of wheelhouse.
Girl Talks, we have Besties and we have Girl Talk pa today. It's such a girl day today on the first day of October. But yeah, we will be speaking with this beauty queen, Baguio City's Katrina Calica, crowned as Miss Fit 2025. And we learned that FIT actually stands for
Face, intelligence, and
Toned body.
Oo, pinagsabay
So,
na rin yung T at yung B.
fit-spiration.
Oo. So, yeah, that we'll
Inspiration
get more on
natin
that later.
si Katrina. So we'll know more about her later on. Again, if you have questions you want to throw our guests, let us know. If you want to answer for Besties Ask, go ahead and type away on our socials, Facebook, YouTube, and the Facebook page of Mellow 94.7 BFM.
100%. So we got to get the show going because we have a lot to talk about today, a lot of concerns to address as well. So let's start things off. And we normally do it by checking on what's happening on the road.
Yes, let's check the situation in major roads at this hour. First up, let us take a look at EDSA White Plains on the left side of your screens. You're seeing vehicles heading to Shaw Boulevard. Moderate to heavy traffic already building up on that stretch. Opposite lane, everything green and grow. On the right side of your screens, you're seeing vehicles heading to Cubao. Yep, light traffic on that area. Now, here's a look at EDSA Orense in Makati. No problem yet on the southbound lane, left side of your screens. You're seeing the vehicles heading to Pasay City, light traffic on that area. And opposite lane, same situation. You're seeing on the right side of your screens, vehicles heading to Shaw Boulevard. Now, heads up to motorists. The expanded vehicle number coding scheme is in full swing. It's a Wednesday, so vehicles with license plates ending in 5 and 6 should be off the road right about now until 10 a.m. and again later from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And what will the weather be like this Wednesday? Let's find out from Paolo as he gives us today's forecast from Weather HQ. Take it away, Paolo.
Thank you so much, Anne. We have a lot to talk about here today, so let's take a look first at our local weather. Now, as of 3 a.m., a low-pressure area was spotted about 1,080 kilometers east of southeastern Luzon. Now, this is based on the latest data coming from Pag-asa. At the same time, there's also the easterlies, or the warm, moist winds coming in from the Pacific. Now, all of this continue to affect the country. Let's start off and focus first on the LPA. Now, in this LPA, for now, it has no direct impact on our weather. However, Pag-asa reports that this system has a high chance of intensifying into a tropical cyclone within the next 24 to 48 hours. Now, once it develops, it will be named Paolo. Now, based on current track analysis, it may approach northern Luzon and affect parts of northern and central Luzon by Friday. Now, we will continue to monitor its movement closely. But for now, let's move on and take a look at the effects of the easterlies that we mentioned a while ago. Now, over in Luzon, the easterlies will continue to bring cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms over in Aurora, the Bicol region, and in Quezon. Now, for the rest of Luzon, including Metro Manila, you can expect partly cloudy skies with isolated rain showers and thunderstorms. Now, over down south to Visayas, cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms will prevail over eastern and central Visayas. Now, the remainder of Visayas can expect cloudy conditions, partly cloudy conditions rather, with possible isolated thunderstorms. Now, moving down to the southernmost part of the country, in Mindanao, the easterlies will continue to bring cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms over in Caraga and in the northern Mindanao region. Now, the rest of the island can expect generally fair weather, although isolated thunderstorms may still develop in the afternoon and in the evening. But still, always be prepared. Don't forget to bring your umbrella and rain gear wherever you go, just in case. Now, as we mentioned a while ago, we have news on the earthquake. Vivox reported a magnitude 6.9 quake at 9:59 p.m. with a shallow depth of 5 kilometers. The epicenter was located 21 kilometers northeast of Baguio City in Cebu. Strong shaking was felt at intensity 5 in Argao, Cebu, Lapu-Lapu City, Tacloban City, and Sipalay, Negros Occidental. Weaker shaking ranged from intensity 4 to 3 in parts of Cebu, Negros, Bohol, Samar, Sorsogon, Capiz, and Albay. Vivox also recorded strong ground movements equivalent to intensity 6 in Cebu City and Villaba, Leyte. As of now, Vivox confirms 82 aftershocks have been recorded, but the earthquake will not trigger a tsunami. Now moving on over to Batangas, the Al volcano registered a minor eruption early this morning. PHIVOX reported a phreatomagmatic eruption from the main crater at 2:02 this morning. The event produced a 2,500-meter high plume that drifted northwest. The eruption lasted for about 13 minutes and ended at 2:15 a.m. Now, despite the activity, Alert Level 1 remains in effect over the Al volcano. Now, this means it is still under abnormal condition, but no evacuations are currently advised. PHIVOX reminds the public that sudden steam-driven or gas explosions are still possible and strongly warns against entry into the Al volcano island and the main crater. Now, to give us a latest update on the strong earthquake that struck the Visayas region as well as a minor eruption recorded at the Al volcano, we are now joined by Office of Civil Defense Assistant Secretary Rafi Alejandro. Magandang umaga, Asek Alejandro. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, good morning. Magandang umaga.
Asek, let's start off first with the damage and, of course, the casualty count already in Cebu and the Visayas region. Do we have any updated numbers po on the affected persons and the type of damage expected in the region?
So far, ito lang po ang meron kaming report, no? But subject to confirmation and validation. We now have 19 reported dead doon sa Baguio City, and then around 14 buildings na nag-collapse, blackout doon sa northern Cebu, and ongoing po yung search and rescue operations doon because there are mga areas po na medyo tinamaan po ng matindi at meron pa ring aftershock. So as we speak, our response operation is still ongoing. Our assessment is still ongoing to check on the full extent or impact nitong lindol na ito sa area ng Cebu province po.
Asek, can you tell us a bit more about yung mga assets available to the OCD and of course any work being done interagency-wise to address yung mga apektado ng lindol?
Since last night, immediately after nangyari itong earthquake, ay nag-convene na po yung interagency coordination cell at mobilize tayo ng ating mga search and rescue units. So ngayong umaga, umalis po from Bilyonaryo Air Base, additional search and rescue teams na papunta ng Cebu. And then our Coast Guard has mobilized its own rescue unit papunta rin ng Cebu to augment itong na-mobilize kagabi na regional assets, no? From the Army, from the Air Force, from the Coast Guard. So, ang concentration po natin ngayon, our concentration really now is in Baguio City and its neighboring municipalities kasi doon po ang center ng response, no? The rest of Cebu ay although may mga problem on power, but the damages ay medyo marami po sa northern Cebu, specifically Baguio City and yung neighboring municipalities niya.
Is access any problem po? You mentioned po that the power and some of the utilities have been affected.
Yung access naman, the national roads are being assessed, especially mga bridges, no? Kasi we have to make sure na hindi nasira itong mga bridges na dadaanan ng ating mga heavy equipment na kailangan dun sa north. So, as we speak, DPWH is doing that, making sure that the bridges are okay at tuloy-tuloy po yung ating mga resources going to northern Cebu.
Sir, 80
But so far, wala pong reported isolated areas po.
Sir, na-mention niyo po that there were, rather, PHIVOX reported that there were about 80 or so aftershocks. Any piece of advice po from the OCD, especially with the consideration na there have been a lot of buildings that have been affected and yung structural integrity po nila are a bit in question given what we've seen so far?
Opo. Ang advice lang natin, habang hindi pa po na-declared safe to occupy yung mga facilities natin, ay manatili lang po tayo sa mga evacuation areas, no? Mga open spaces. Kasi tuloy-tuloy pa po, continuous po ang aftershock as reported to us by PHIVOX. So we encourage everyone to be vigilant, to remain vigilant, and to be on guard, no? For aftershock. And sa safe zone lang muna tayo until and unless your facility, your housing, your dwelling has been declared safe to occupy. But right now, wala pa pong 24 hours. We expect a lot of movement. May mga operations pa po ongoing, and nag-declare naman most of our LGUs and even the entire Cebu province ay wala pong pasok ang mga eskwela kasi i-assess pa rin yung mga eskwelahan natin for safety concerns po.
Asek, ano po ang status ng evacuation centers po? Do we have a number of the amount of people who have been evacuated, and of course yung status po ng mga food packs nila and other necessities?
Opo, as far as food packs are concerned, naka-prepo na po yan from the SWD. Wala pong problema sa pagkain. Ang problema natin ngayon, our challenge now is to really check the facilities, no, including evacuation center, if they are safe to be occupied or to be used, no? Kasi we are still using majority pa rin our school facilities na should be assessed also as regards the integrity because of the strong quake that happened in the area.
Asek, we now have to move on to Batangas, of course, a Taal volcano with an eruption this morning, and still, if I'm not mistaken, under alert level 1. What steps, precautionary steps has the OCD taken to make sure na in case something does happen around the area, especially around the danger zone, na the OCD will be ready to respond?
Opo, we are making sure that yung danger zone, yung permanent danger zone ay wala talagang human activity dyan. So we will still strictly enforce yung no human activity sa permanent danger zone, and continuously monitor yung activities ng mayon. So we urge everyone to be vigilant. Pag meron namang mga minor explosion, ang problema lang naman dyan yung may mga sakit sa baga, no, yung mga asthmatic, kasi yun po ang after effect niyan. It will affect your health, but as long as wala pong mga human activity within the permanent danger zone ay okay naman tayo. But of course we will remain to be vigilant kung in case mag-escalate yung situation sa Taal. So we are closely working with PBOX on that, and we are constantly reminding our local government units to be on alert in case na may escalation po.
Asek, maraming salamat po. Thank you so much for the updates, and we can't wait to hear more from you very soon.
Yes, maraming salamat din, and good morning to all of you.
Well, that's it for Weather HQ at the moment. And back to you.
Thank you, Pao. Now on to our top stories this morning. The Alpha and Omega general contractor owned by the Discaya couple is in charge of the Zamboanga Convention Center rehabilitation project worth over 117 million pesos. The project, which was supposed to start in December 2024 and finish by October of this year, is only about 20% complete. Delays in the project were caused by a DPWH suspension order to process local permits and a joint inventory of materials in the building used in a COVID-19 quarantine facility. The new contract expiration date is now December 27, 2025. City Councilor Dan Vicente has called for an investigation into the Discaya couple's multiple infrastructure projects in Zamboanga, which have experienced significant delays. So you're seeing these Discaya projects all over the country. And you know what? I saw this article, si Justice Secretary Boying Remulla, he said when he was interviewed, he described itong mga alleged scheme ng Discayas as unique. Parang hindi pa niya nakikita before, ibang klase yung scope of their operations nationwide. Nakasecure sila ng projects across the country. Meron palang tinatawag na territoriality principle. So parang the standard practice is you operate within your geographic area. But they were able to get projects all over the country kasi they allegedly lent out their licenses, diba, to multiple territories. Tapos, they also, according to Justice Remulla, they also bypass yung competitive bidding. So, parang automatic, di ba? They get the projects already. And si Senator Ping Lacson earlier claimed that the Diskaya couple have already bagged 207 billion worth of projects, pero possible that it could be higher than that.
The irony is, I don't know if it's irony really, but then nakita natin kanina that normally nakapaskil kasi yung sino yung contractor, sino yung ano yung date to end the construction, and of course the cost. And the very top of that is, this is where your taxes go.
Yes, di ba?
Yes.
How ironic.
Pero
Cue.
to be fair, it did not specify kung saan nga na, like napupunta yung pera doon. Pero
like,
it
where
doesn't,
exactly?
Yes,
or
it does not exactly
is the entire
say where.
amount,
Yeah.
placed there to fund that particular project. And also sinabi rin ni Justice Secretary Remulla na they're gonna focus, the investigation will be focusing on projects from 2016 kasi ito raw yung time na lumaki yung business nila Diskaya.
Yes, and then in fairness, inamin naman ng mga Diskaya, I believe in like
They
the first few
started-
days at 2016, at least in flood control.
Yes.
2016. But of course, there are other projects there a while ago. And nakita natin yung number when it comes to yung project cost a while ago for this particular one. And again, this is back in 2024.
Yeah.
It was part of yung GAA. And it's just, the numbers are no longer as surprising. Because of the huge amounts that we have been seeing throughout the entire coverage in terms of per project, even it doesn't even matter where it is. So we have to take a look at that again. 117 million. I mean, it has been an insane amount of money put into something like that. And this is where your taxes go. Again,
Yeah.
the one at the very top. All right, just
And then you
couldn't
see,
think about it.
you see the kind of work that was done.
Yeah, and
you
Alpha and
see
Omega
the
pa rin,
amount,
yeah.
or the amount of money that was supposed to be used to fund that, and walang nangyari. Talagang maintindihan mo why the people are angry.
Yes.
We want answers. We want people to be jailed for all this.
Yeah, and of course, when we take a look at that, we take a look at the things that were taken from us, and now we're going to take a look at something that we're trying to make sure it doesn't really get out of hand. And of course, we're going to be talking about something else here, because companies connected to former Congressman Zaldico attempted to deregister 3 helicopters under his name, under Cole's name rather. Now, that's according to Public Works Secretary Vince Dizon. The Civil Aviation Authority of the Philippines says that this was likely because they planned to sell them, and Secretary Dizon says they have frozen all of Zaldico's air assets worth a total of 4.7 billion pesos. Zaldico is allegedly one of the top beneficiaries of the flood control anomalies. Secretary Boying Remulla doubts that Co plans to return to the country voluntarily, and it is possible that they will designate him a fugitive once the courts issue an arrest warrant. And Secretary Dizon says whether he comes home or not, the government is going after all his assets. Again, so we saw a while ago the amount that we aren't sure went straight to the project, and now we are seeing the worth of assets that could have,
Yes.
where it actually might have gone. This is where your taxes go.
And yung itinatry na i-deregister, di ba? And
Well.
to be sold. Oh my goodness. Kita mo na nakikita mo na yung I guess parang panic and trying to clear things para walang matrace, 'di ba? Trying to, makita mo rin yan in some flood control projects that para hindi lang maging ghost, sinisimula na, 'di ba?
Yeah.
And then there are reports that there are documents also that are being discarded na para hindi matrace.
Yeah, I mean, like, at the end of the day, kailangan may managot.
Yes,
Right? And
that
that
is
actually
true.
leads in perfectly to your next item.
They are all at fault, and we must find out exactly who is involved. These are the words of former NEDA Secretary Winnie Monsod. Speaking on BNC's On Point, Monsod leveled criticism against several lawmakers for their handling of the flood control scandal, including Senator Cheese Escudero, who recently said the accusations against him are simply Congress shifting blame.
All these people are first pleading not guilty But Senator Chis Escudero has changed the game. He says he didn't say anything about his guilt or innocence, but he did say somebody is guiltier. So I guess that implies that he may have some guilt.
Monsod also criticized those lawmakers claiming ignorance on the anomalous flood control projects in their districts.
If he had no idea, what does that say of him as the congressman of his district? There's a project that is being built, infrastructure, and he has no idea who proposed it. That means he is either incompetent or something else. Is it not? I mean, ano sasabihin ng kongresista, wala akong kaalam-alam dyan. Siya. It's clear to everybody in the Philippines, except to the senators and the congressmen themselves, that the ones who bear the most burden of the guilt from what has come out in the investigation so far are the senators and congressmen.
And according to Monsod, the most credible witness so far has been former DPWH Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo. She says this is because he admitted his wrongdoing, while other witnesses only cooperated with authorities once their guilt was obvious.
Moving on, it's one step forward. This was the statement of Congressman Terry Ridon on the resignation of former Congressman Zaldico. On BNC's agenda, Ridon said that while it is unclear when or whether Ko even plans to return his resignation, is a first step to restoring the House's credibility.
It's one step forward, no, to restoring trust to both houses of Congress. But I think what is most important for the public at this point is for actual personalities to face charges. So may makasuhan po talaga at may mapanagot po rito. So I think ang bola ay nasa ICI, ang bola po ay nasa mga law enforcement agencies na po natin at this point as to how they will actually file airtight cases.
Representative Ridon added that he did not expect Zaldico to resign from Congress, as doing so has removed his legislative protections.
I didn't expect that he would resign, no? Kasi siyempre by resigning he would lose the protection of the House. Hindi ba? Ibig sabihin, like what Senator Lacson had stated already today, I think he has lost yung pong privilege po na interparliamentary courtesy. So, ibig sabihin, he will be asked to actually attend. If he fails to attend, then a subpoena will be issued against him.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. and congressional leaders have identified 44 priority legislative measures focusing on agriculture, social protection, governance reforms, energy security, and disaster resilience. The measures were discussed in a meeting of the Legislative Executive Development Advisory Council in Malacanang, with both branches committed to passing laws that address urgent needs while laying the foundation for long-term development. Key bills include amendments to the Coconut Farmers Trust Fund, the Fisheries Code, and the Rice Tarification Law, as well as the creation of a Department of Water Resources. Marcos highlighted the importance of prioritizing changes to the Local Government Code and Rice Tariff Law to boost governance and agricultural competitiveness.
Now, let's get live updates from the ground on the situation in Cebu. Marian Uy is on the line. Go ahead, Marian.
Hi, good morning, Paolo. Medyo tahimik na ngayon dito sa lugar kung sa Mandaue City kumpara kagabi kung saan niyanig ang buong Cebu ng 6.9 magnitude na lindol. Subalit sa ngayon may mga nararanasan pa rin tayo mga aftershocks. Hindi ko na nga lang mabilang kung ilan dahil mismo tayo hindi rin makakatulog dahil sa nangyaring paglindol, no, kagabi. Nasa Mandaue City ako ngayon and it's mga almost 92 kilometers mula sa epicenter na lindol base sa report ng PHIVOX na ang Baguio City. Nagbabala na ang PHIVOX kagabi pa sa mga nakatira sa coastal areas ng Leyte, Piliran at Cebu na mag-iingat dahil sa posibleng epekto ng malakas na pagyanig. Sa Cebu City lang, agad na nagtungo si Mayor Nestor Archival sa isa sa mga pinakamalaking ospital at personal na tumulong at inalam ang kalagayan ng mga inilabas sa pasyente. Wala namang naiulat na nasaktan sa Cebu City, subalit may report na maraming nawasak na mga building at ilang structures sa loob ng mga hotels ang nasira at ito'y kailangan pa nating i-verify this morning. Sa Cebu Province naman, naglabas na ng pahayag si Governor Pambari 4 na she's closely monitoring the situation and in fact nasa command center siya kanina madaling araw sa Cebu Provincial Police Office at oras-oras naman nagbibigay ng mga updates ang mga hepe ng pulisya sa bawat munisipyo at syudad na sakop ng Cebu Province. Kinumpirma naman ng mayor ng Tabrelan sa pamamagitan ng kanilang social media page na may isang senior citizen na ang namatay kanina madaling araw. At sa Sandra Mejio naman, may naiulat na rin na bata na nasawi. Alam mo, itong mga lugar na nabanggit ko, kalapit ng mga munisipyo ito sa epicenter na Lindol, ang Baguio City. Gayon din ang sa Daan Bantayan kung saan naiulat kagabi na portion ng kanilang simbahan ay nawasak. Iba pa yung mga nasa video na lumabas na may mga ilaw ng simbahan na sumasayaw, yun yung mga nasa isla na ng Bantayan. Ngayong araw, ang buong Cebu walang pasok, suspended lahat ng klase sa Cebu Province naman, half day ang trabaho ng gobyerno. Nananawagan ngayon ng mga medical volunteers ang Cebu Province upang tumulong dun sa North Cebu. Susubukan nating pumasok at puntahan ang Northern Cebu ngayong araw. Yan ang latest from my end dito sa Cebu City.
Mary Ann, just wanted to ask about yung evacuation situation dun po sa lugar po ninyo. If I'm not mistaken, sa Mandawi po kayo. Sinabi ng OCD kaninang umaga po, 19 dead yung na-report pero i-confirm pa rin. And sabi ng FIVOX, 82 aftershocks but still climbing according to you po. When we take a look at yung evacuation situation po, how have the evacuation efforts have gone? At yung mga evacuation centers po ba, structural integrity, I think is still a question when it comes to that. May update po ba tayo dyan?
As of now, per report dito sa Mandawi at sa Cebu City, pinapacheck pa yung mga buildings ngayon. Pero so far, wala namang naiulat na major damages pa dito sa Cebu City. But dun sa Northern Cebu, kung saan naiulat na may mga casualties na, may mga fatalities, yun yung we have yet to verify that one. Kasi yung report na yun galing lang sa PIO office ng Capitolio. So, kailangan natin pumunta doon sa command center to verify and to get all the details, especially yung profile ng mga biktima na nandun sa Baguio City. Mostly kasi nasa Baguio City at nandun din yung mga evacuation center. Yung iba nasa labas na ng ospital, naglatag doon ng mga mahigaan. At yung province naman may dinala din sila ng mga gamit para mahigaan ng ibang mga evacuees.
Okay, Marian, maraming salamat. We can't wait for more updates from you, especially coming from the northern part of Cebu. Maraming salamat po. Ingat po kayo dyan.
Now in world news, YouTube has agreed to pay $22 million to settle a lawsuit filed by President Donald Trump. That is after the company suspended his account over the January 6, 2021 attack on the Capitol. YouTube is the latest big tech firm to settle with Trump after he launched legal cases challenging his broad deplatforming after January 6. The $22 million will reportedly go toward Trump's latest construction project at the White House, as well as other nonprofit causes. Trump hailed this as a massive victory, but journalism watchdog groups decried the settlement, saying it portends continued First Amendment problems under Trump.
Moving on to sports, Carlos Alcaraz took down Taylor Fritz 6-4, 6-4 to win the Japan Open, now claiming his 8th title of the year and his first in Tokyo. The world number one avenged a recent loss to Fritz at the Laver Cup in San Francisco and now holds 67 match wins this season. Alcaraz shook off an ankle scare earlier in the tournament and dominated the final with big shots and a touch of finesse. The 22-year-old continues to build on a huge year that includes a French Open title and a Wimbledon final appearance. Filipino tennis ace Alex Ayala outlasted a Polish rival in 3 sets in the rain-delayed round of 32 matchup at the Suzhou Open on Tuesday in China. Now, she now looks to go into a deep run and keep her momentum going when she battles Belgium's a Belgian opponent in the round of 16. Sheila Salaysay has details.
There's no slowing down for the Philippines' rising tennis star Alex Ayala. Fresh from a semi-final breakthrough in Jingshan, the 20-year-old wasted no time, jumping right back into battle at the Suzhou WTA 125 in China. In her opening match, Ayala went toe-to-toe with 30-year-old Katarzyna Kawa of Poland, ranked number 124 in the world. Entering as the 4th seed and carrying a career-high world number 57 ranking, Ayala faced a true test of grit and composure. The showdown was far from smooth sailing. Rain delays stretched the match into a 2.5-hour marathon, but Ayala refused to break. In the deciding set, she delivered under pressure, breaking Kawa twice to clinch a hard-earned 6-3, 3-6, 7-5 triumph. Now through to the round of 16, Ayala sets her sights on Belgian veteran Greet Minen. The Suzhou Open marks her 2nd consecutive tournament in China, a testament to her relentless drive to climb even higher in the WTA rankings. Sheila Salaysay, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Now, after the break, we've got tea for you. Plus, DJ Yen of Mellow 94.7 BFM joins us later for Besties Ask. So stay tuned. Beautiful day. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still tuned in to Beautiful Day, and it's time for the ultimate crossover to brighten up your day. DJ Yan joins us all the way from the Mellow 94.7 BFM studio. Good morning, bestie.
Good morning, bestie.
Good morning.
And today we are doing Besties Ask as usual. What's your topic today, DJ Yan?
I am very excited for this topic. I'm not sure if a lot of people can relate, but I'm pretty sure a bunch of our besties will. Tell me a very funny story from your first time driving, or at least the first year driving.
First year driving. Okay.
Okay, let's start with Yan.
All right, yeah.
Okay.
DJ Yan, you go first.
Okay, so
Kasi parang feeling ko
learned-
yan ang pinaka-recent.
Oh,
I
yeah.
hope so.
Okay, go, let's hear it.
I took out my dad's car. And I went to the grocery with my mom. And then I was like, oh, we're driving to the grocery, Mom. Okay, let's go. And then I knew so well that I did not know how to park. So what happened was, I told my mom, Mom, could you just get off here so that I can park? Because I went to the farthest parking slot ever. And then that was the only one available, like the photo there. What happened was, I couldn't park it at all. As in, I didn't know how to reverse park. And that was a manual. It was a stick shift. So imagine I have to step on a lot of things. I have to move a lot of things. And I thought that I was just trying to, do it quietly. No one was watching me. And then if you can see in the photo, there is a truck in front. My truck driver doon. He was laughing. He was laughing at me failing how to park. So the ending was, hindi ko man lang napasok. Like, in the actual
Yeah, may
parking
space ka pa dun sa likod.
Oo.
It was diagonal.
Yeah.
Oh, you're my worst
So
enemy.
that's the story. It took me 20 minutes. Or like, at least 20 minutes, I think.
20 minutes to
Parking
park?
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I'm sorry.
No, look,
Tagal nun!
look, I have sympathy. I have sympathy kasi first of all, you're
Okay.
sorry mag-age reveal ulit tayo. How old are you
I was
again?
18.
No,
I think I was 18.
You were
or
18
19
then. You
when
were
that
18 then.
happened, Yeah.
It was around 2020 something, right? 2020.
Yeah.
And you were driving a stick shift, which
Yeah.
looked like a 93 Corolla.
Yeah.
Look, first of all, what a car. Second, your stick shift, I think, is a dying art dito, especially
That's
amongst the
true.
youth, right? So
Yeah.
I applaud you for that. And not only that, you at least occupied half the space. That's more than motorcycles do when they occupy a parking slot. So, I'm just saying, it's a better use of space. Okay. Ann, ano?
Ako?
Oo.
Ako na ba? O ikaw na muna kasi ako,
parang
ako yung
reaction
pinaka
mo,
ano.
yung reaction mo, parang lala eh.
No, natawala ako. 20 minutes to park reverse. That's the easiest way to park. I'm so sorry. I took a lot of time when I was learning how to parallel park. I think that was the most challenging for me, na parallel parking, especially kasi when I bought my first car, I was already working and I had a lot of voicing dubbing projects in Makati. Eh, di ba sa Makati, side, you park sa street, tapos parallel park yun.
Yeah.
So every single day, I had to parallel park and I had to endure yung mga tawa ng mga driver na nakatayo sa side, yung mga parking attendant, para ay si ma'am, ang tagal, oh. But that was parallel parking, challenging kasi yun.
Yeah,
But reverse parking was
Yeah.
easy lang
Well,
naman.
yeah, it is. Is that your story?
No, that isn't.
Oh, what's your story?
My story is,
Not yet.
this wasn't
You're
my...
just shaming you, DJ Yen. All right.
It's just a
I don't know.
disclaimer. I
Funny.
feel like your
Oh, sige,
story
bilisan
gonna
ko
be
na
about
kasi wala
it.
na tayong time. Anyway, this was during my second car na. Because I started with a manual car and then ipon ulit ng money, I bought my second car. Matic na siya, na Honda Jazz. Tapos, so syempre, ang yabang ko na. Like,
tipid
nakamatic
yan sa
na
gas,
ako.
ha?
Ganyan.
Tipid
And then,
yan.
I made a really bold turn. I remember sa may White Plains yan eh. Yung, basta sa may White Plains, tapos magta-turn ako ng ganun. And then, I didn't hit the brakes. So, I was driving fast. I was gonna make a turn. And I turned without hitting the brakes.
In F1 mo
So-
yung Honda Jazz mo?
Yes!
Brave.
That's not brave. Don't do that.
I know, don't do that. Kasi na-realize ko, when I turned, I felt the car like,
Magta-turtle ka.
yeah. So please, wag tularan, guys.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it now because I find it funny now. But during that time when I was driving, I was like, what did I just do? Why did I do that? Because I felt talaga, alam mo yung feeling, parang, gumanon
Buti
siya
lang hindi ka
talaga.
naka-cherry. Alam mo yung cherry car dati?
Yeah.
Yung tipong sobrang gaan. Oh my gosh. All right. No, we're running out of time, so I'm gonna go through mine quickly.
Okay, go.
Yung sa akin sa first year ko, I actually had a shoot for this app back then. And then it required me drive stick shift. Chase scene siya. Marunong stick shift, pero yung problema, I have never been chased in my life. So, ito, like imagine mo, controlled setting naman.
Panic ka.
Controlled setting. Pero ilang beses namatay yung kotse ko. As in
Oh, I
like,
bet.
yung fear ko on camera was real. Kasi nakakahiya eh. And at the same time, they said like, Pao, use the fear. So I'm like, okay, sige. Pero like, siguro mga 3 or 4 times na namatay yung kotse. Like,
But I have so much respect and admiration for people who can drive stick
yeah,
shift.
I mean, like, look, it's a dying art. I think I think it's great, right? And if you're into F1 in particular or any racing,
Ako yun. That was
stick
my
shift
racing
matters.
experience.
But yeah, DJ N, first of all, thank you so much for sharing your parking story,
you.
right? Anne just wanted to brag about how good she is in parallel parking. I
Yeah.
think as a Lasallian,
You wanted to tell us you were on an app.
yeah, well, no, apart from that. But as a Lasallian, anyone who studied in Lasal, DLSU in particular, and you brought a car there, knows how much of a jigsaw puzzle it is
Oo,
to
yeah.
find parking. As in,
Never
grabe.
brought a car when I went to LaSalle.
Grabe.
But going to LaSalle was
Nakakatakot.
such a
Hindi ko
hassle.
na-experience
Like,
yan. Yung
iba.
nasa school with a car, wala.
Oh my gosh. Like, I don't understand how people park. Like, if you go to LaSalle at one point and you have a bird's eye view, like go to one of the buildings and look at the parking lot, you don't understand kung paano kami nakaparada.
That's
Promise.
amazing. Wait,
But yeah.
DJ Yan, do we have answers from your listeners?
Yeah, we only have one.
Okay,
actually,
let's
one
hear it.
worth sharing right now.
Okay.
This is from a listener. His name's Joel. His first time driving, he ended up parking diagonally. Like I think his driving instructor was telling him to park backwards
Parallel.
parking.
Or
And then he
backwards.
ended up parking diagonally like mine, and he took up 2 spaces. So his driving instructor
Ay,
just told him he was so
Mabaviral
creative.
ka niyan.
You see, the two people I don't like. The one car, 2 slots, or motorcycles in 1 car slot.
Oh, that's true.
And that's
Oh, that's true! She says it's true! Oh, I have an ally on this. Okay, DJ
And that's
Yen.
it. Yes. Thank you so much, bestie DJ Yen. Thank you for sharing your answer with us. Until our next hangout next Wednesday. Bye, girl.
Bye.
And it's time for this morning's tea. Oo na. First cup of tea, American rappers Cardi B and Nicki Minaj have been having a very public spat on Twitter. It started when the Megatron rapper Nicki Minaj took shots at Cardi B after the release of her most recent album, I Am the Drama. Minaj saying, despite false reports, Nicki Minaj is the only female rapper to have an album cross 200,000 units first week this decade, which made Cardi fire back that Minaj should be comparing herself to artists from her time with this fiery tweet. Most of the tweets have been deleted now, but this image posted by Cardi is still up, which is a photo of Nicki's brother, who is a convicted felon, shocked to be wearing a very Nicki-style wig.
You know what? I
What is up with all this?
beef on X, all right? Beef on X or Twitter, formerly Twitter, is fine. But please release diss tracks na lang. Because at least, you know, it's something we can all consume, diba? Apart from all of that. I remember the whole Kendrick Drake issue where they were just releasing songs, right? Sila rin. I'd love to hear more from Cardi B and Nicki Minaj. Like yung kay Nicki Minaj, I'd probably say, I'm a killer! Ganon. So, or however Nicki Minaj used to do it. But then I'd love it. I'd love if they release tracks.
Here in the local music scene, walang nag-aaway, no? Walang.
Apparently meron. Like, remember DJ Cupcake saying that he accidentally showed beef between Abra and
yeah, but
SB19.
I feel like it's not very public.
Again, I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
I will not pretend.
Research
Yeah,
tayo.
yeah.
Like, sino yung mga nag-aaway here sa local music industry. But for another cup of hot tea, prosecutors are asking for at least 11 years in prison for Sean Diddy Combs, who was convicted in July for transporting people across state lines for prostitution. In a lengthy court filing, they called Combs unrepentant and said his sentence should reflect years of abuse, power imbalance, and his refusal to take responsibility. His ex-girlfriend, Cassandra Ventura, also urged the judge to impose a tough sentence, saying she still lives with the trauma. Combs' team, however, argues he deserves no more than 14 months, claiming the acts involved consenting adults and that he's already paid a price. And that is our tea for this morning.
Absolutely. So when we return, we'll hear how the Philippine Coast Guard is going beyond guarding our seas, leading a mangrove planting in Surigao to protect coastlines and strengthen communities.
And our horoscope of the day with Master Hans Kua. Beautiful day. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. You're still watching Beautiful Day. This is Weather HQ. The Philippine Coast Guard recently led simultaneous mangrove planting activities across Surigao del Norte and Surigao del Sur, planting hundreds of propagules in coastal communities. Now, to tell us more about these initiatives, we are joined via Zoom by Ensign Roy Christopher Orlianeda, the station commander of Coast Guard Station Surigao del Norte. Magandang umaga, Ensign. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, sir. Magandang umaga po, sir. Pati po sa mga inyong taga-panood at taga-pakinig, sir.
Sir Roy, pag-usapan muna natin yung mangrove planting efforts nyo and activities po ninyo. Bakit po to importante? And of course, can you give us an idea kung anong scope po nito? How many were planted?
This activity, sir, is part po diyan sa aming mandato ng Coast Guard po kasi yung isa sa mandato po ng Coast Guard is yung Marine Environmental Protection, sir. Yung activity na yon, sir, na kinandak namin last 12 September is kung yun, sir, pre-anniversary ng Coast Guard, sir. Lahat ng mga unit ng Coast Guard simultaneous po nagkakandak ng mangrove planting activity, sir. Dito naman sa AOR ko, sir, successfully planted po kami doon ng mga around 500 propagules nung time na yun, sir. Iba din po doon sa mga ibang stations namin dito, sir.
Sir, yung mga locations po ninyo, if I'm not mistaken, Barangay Lipata sa Surigao City and of course different parts of Siargao Island, paano nyo po na-identify?
Yung kuan, sir, may coordination po kami sa kuan, sir, sa ating mga provincial environment and natural resources offices, sir. Sila po yung nag-identify ng mga areas na pinaplant. Actually po, yung Coast Guard po dito sa province of Surigao del Norte, meron po tayong adapted 10-hectare mangrove plantation area na yan po ay minamonitor at tinataniman po ng Coast Guard. Part po ito ng Coast Guard District Northeastern Mindanao, sir, Project Bakawan. Dito naka-located po sa amin sa AOR ko po.
Part ng mandate po ninyo is to protect and preserve yung mga coastline po natin. Bakit po mangroves yung ginagamit to be able to do that, to be able to protect yung environment, especially in those areas po?
Yung kuha naman po natin is yung mga mangrove, malaking tulong po sila po para yung sa ating marine ecosystem po, sir. To prevent din po ng further kung may mga alon or kuan, sir, sila po ay nakakatulong para ma-prevent is mapunta po doon sa mga coastline po, sir.
Especially sa mga storm surges na po.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When we take a look at yung the fact that natural barriers po siya and of course yung mga efforts ng Coast Guard to try and plant more mangroves po, sa palagay niyo po ba kulang pa rin ang mga mangroves to be able to protect yung mga local communities sa area po ninyo?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bali, actually, kailangan po talaga na maraming environmental efforts, initiatives through mangrove planting. Mas maganda, sir, kung hindi lang Coast Guard at actually nagkakandak din yung ibang mga offices natin, sir, para talaga makatulong sa ating marine environment, sir.
Sa activity po ninyo, did you work with different LGU sa mga schools ba o mga community? Mayroon bang mga tumulong sa inyo?
Anong time na yun, sir, is nagkuhan kami, sir, sa barangay po, sir. Yung barangay na concerned, sir.
Naging effort din nyo po ba mag-educate sa mga community po about yung importance ng mga mangrove areas and protecting yung mga mangrove forests po ninyo?
Yes, sir. Through doon sa atin Marine Environmental Protection Unit ng Coast Guard po, dito sa amin po sa Surigao del Norte, is nagkakandak po ng sir, yung parang information drive with regards sa mga ganyang bagay po.
Sir, if I'm not mistaken, yung PCG 124th anniversary. And syempre ngayon, kapag pinag-usapan yung PCG, normally we talk about yung mga efforts niyo trying to maintain yung territory po natin and trying to make sure that it is safe para sa mga maritime travelers po natin. Pero yung environmental efforts po ng PCG, how high is that in the priority, especially sa mga units within yung territorial bounds natin or that are closer to yung mga areas na talagang nasasalanta ng mga bagyo?
With regards sa Marine Environmental Protection mandate ng Coast Guard, sir, is part talaga siya daily kasi mayroon po kaming daily accomplishment report na daily reporting na kailangan meron talaga kaming environmental efforts, sir, na magawa. Kumbaga ngayon, lalo na ngayon, may program po yung command namin na yung tinatawag na I-Care. Intensify po lahat ng mga kuha namin, sir, mga efforts namin, sir. Hindi lang po sa Marine Environmental Protection, pati po sa ibang mandato po ng Coast Guard.
And I'm sure nakamonitor po lahat ng mga mangrove forest po ninyo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And we are closely coordinating and collaborating with our different sir, yung mga environmental offices, sir.
Apart from yung mga mangrove planting po ninyo, ano po mga programa ninyo from an environmental perspective sa Surigao del Norte?
Sa amin po dito sa Surigao del Norte, aside from mangrove planting activities, meron po kaming coastal cleanup activities, mga isko basurero po. Tapos meron po kaming minomonitor ng mga coral reef preservation, declared coral reef preservation area din dyan po sa Surigao City. And yung ating marine environmental protection po is nagkakandak po sila ng mga response training po, awareness and response training.
Ensign, maraming salamat po. Thank you so much for the updates. That's Ensign Roy Christopher Orellaneda, the station
Yes, sir.
commander of Coast Guard Station Surigao del Norte. Maraming salamat po. Magandang umaga and thank you so much for your service.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. And good morning, sir.
Now, that's it for Weather HQ at the moment. And back to you.
Thank you, Pao. Now it's time for us to find out what the stars have in store for us today. Let's hear it from our resident energizer and feng shui master, Hans Kua, in our horoscope of the day. Take it away, Master Hans.
Good morning! Beautiful day with me, Bilyonaryo Master Hans Kua, para sa horoscope ngayong unang araw ng month of October. Happy Wednesday! Simulan natin sa mga pinanganak ng Year of the Rat. Pabor sa iyo ang pagbuo ng panibagong Ipon Challenge. Green at 4. Kay Oksaman tayo, merong chance sa bagong department o racket. Huwag hayaang malagpasan o mawala yan. Gold at 6. Kay Tiger naman tayo, kung may inaantay ka, baka ikaw lang ang kailangan ng unang kumilos. Huwag puro intay. Red at 3. Kay Rabbit naman tayo, iwasan ang sobrang alat sa pagkain. Bantayan din ang blood pressure. Yellow at 2. Kay Year of Dragon naman tayo, mainam na araw para magsimula ng bagong investment kahit mga malilit lang. White at 5. Kay Year of the Snake naman tayo, kung hindi mo nararamdam ang spark, oras na para harapin na ang katotohanan. Deserve mo bang maging masaya? Blue at 1. Ito naman, King of the Horsey, may bagong strategy kang maiisip. Mainam na i-pitch yan ngayong week na to. Yellow at 7. Punta naman tayo kay Year of the Sheep. Magpahinga ng sapat sa gabi. Maaaring maging irritable kung kulang sa tulog. Red at 8. Kay Monkey naman tayo, kumain ng itlog, tokwa o mga nuts para sa brain focus. Green at 6. Kay Rooster naman tayo, maaaring makatanggap ng advance o incentive ngayong araw. Gold at 9. Kay Dog naman tayo, may offer o racket na papasok ngayong linggo. Maging alerto dito. White at 5. At kay of the Pig naman tayo, uminom ng maraming tubig upang mapanatili ang magandang digestion. Blue at 2. Paalala lang ito po'y patnubay lamang. Ang tunay na swerte ay nagsisimula sa pagiging totoo. Abangan araw-araw ang horoscope of the day dito lang po sa Beautiful Day with me, Master Hans Kua.
Thank you, as always, Master Hans Kua. I got enough sleep naman last night.
Pero yung guest daw natin, sheep din, hindi daw eh. So masungit ata.
3 hours of sleep lang daw nakuha niya.
No. She's fantastic. I had a chance to talk to her a while ago. Pero of course, again, yung sa akin naman, may new strategy daw ako na maiisip.
Strategy? What kind of strategy?
I don't know. Hindi naman ako coach. I have no idea. I don't know.
Oh, interesting. A strategy on what?
I don't know. Bagong show daw, sabi ni Direk.
Bagong
Direk, may
show,
alam ka ba? may alam ka ba? Ready and willing. Let's go.
So, mas strategy.
Pero hindi aalis dito I'm just saying.
Oo naman, hello.
Hindi, kasi yung...
For you to even think that.
Why? We had a former partner who had a new show. Nawala siya.
I-ready mo na natin si George Cahiles kung aalis ka. Huwag mo isipin na alis ka. Hello, ano ba to?
You gonna replace me with George?
No, I did not say that. But you were the one thinking na, leaving. It even crossed your mind. Like, why?
George? Okay. Si George.
Kasi nag-sand, siya.
Hindi. Si George, you know what? His name looks like a typo. Greg dapat yun. Sorry, George. Sorry, George. Love you, my guy.
Yeah, we are on YouTube. Parang hindi yata tayo available on Facebook right now, but
Yep.
we are on the Facebook page of Mellow 94.7 BFM and on YouTube as well. So please do join us. And if you have questions that you want to throw our next guest, go ahead and type away, because up next, Girl Talk with Baguio City's Katrina Calica, who's recently crowned as Miss Fit 2025. What makes her bold and beautiful? Let's find out in our our conversation after the break. Beautiful day. We'll be right back. To Beautiful Day. Our guest today is a scholar, performing artist, beauty queen, and now a fit-spiration. Baguio City's Katrina Calica is crowned as Miss Fit Philippines 2025. Let's get to know her more on Girl Talk. Beautiful day, Katrina. Welcome to the show. Welcome to BNC.
Good morning po.
Good morning. 3 hours lang yung tulog niya, but look, she looks so radiant.
I know, kapag 3 hours lang yung tulog ko, wala. Yung eye bags ko hanggang dito.
Maleta na po.
Oo, maleta na,
But
hindi na bag.
First and foremost, congratulations, Queen. Newly crowned, and the pageant was just this week, diba?
Yes,
So, very fresh yung crown on her head right now. So, congratulations. You were crowned Miss Fit Philippines 2025. Let's go back to that crowning moment of yours. This is your first national pageant, right? So, how did it feel? What was going through your mind when you were announced as the winner, as the queen?
Well, actually, I was so shocked because I was standing with very beautiful and intelligent women as well. And I was just so happy to be standing beside them. And when I was announced as the winner, I was in shock. It was even written on my face when it was on the live stream. But now I'm just very grateful for the opportunities that are coming. And I can't wait for more.
So, sobrang hindi mo siya in-expect.
Yes
Oo.
po.
Ako, natuwa ako that Miss Fit pala, yung FIT, is actually an acronym. So, it stands for Face, Intelligence, and Toned Body. Oo. I mean, like, that's always some of the aspects we always look at sa mga pageantry in general, diba? But then, what makes Miss Fit special?
Miss Fit is the only beauty pageant actually that advocates for holistic fitness, and what makes it so interesting is because we were locked in during our Miss Fit journey, and we had a lot of talks, seminars that tested and trained not just our physical fitness, but also our mental and emotional fitness as well.
Grabe, na-lock-in kayo. How long?
2 weeks.
2 weeks
Yeah.
na lock-in.
So, may parang training, no?
Yes.
Oo. Parang training
Wellness,
camp.
health,
Opo.
mental also, di ba? Before this whole Miss Fit pageant that you joined, were you already a fitness enthusiast?
Well, I could say that I was because I'm a performing artist and fitness is also related to that.
Yes.
So I think I could say I am, and I still am. Yes.
And when you talk about being a performing artist, so what particular discipline?
Yeah, what do you do?
Well, a lot of things. But in Baguio po, I'm part of the organization Center for Culture and the Arts. And I'm part of the SLU Glee Club. But sometimes we also dance, we also do theater.
Yeah.
And
Oh, that's so nice.
Yes.
Paano mo naisip na, I want to join a beauty pageant?
Well, I actually started as a student leader.
Okay.
And I was told that when I join pageants, I will be able to influence not just the people in my school, but a lot of people. So that's what really pushed me to join pageants.
And apart from all of that, so daming extracurricular, beauty queen, also now a fourth-year Pol Sci student sa St.
Political science,
Louis University.
Tanungin natin siya ng mga political views.
Oh, mga political
Yeah.
questions lang tayo from this point on. No, but then that's a very interesting course considering that I think prior to that nag-law ka, right? Or at least that was the idea. Why political science, especially at this time?
Yeah. Well, I really want to be, as cliche as it may sound, I want to be a voice. And I think that since I am not yet a lawyer, I could do that by being a beauty queen with the platform that I am given.
Okay. And you're also a working scholar, is that correct?
Yes. Actually, performing arts is what allowed me to stay in college because they are paying for my tuition.
Because it's performing arts scholar ka.
Yes. Po.
Okay. So, I mean, like, we've seen all of the work that you have been doing. And of course, we just want to remind people, see, yung Misfit pageant actually has had a good history of success because in Misfit 2024, si Katrina Espenido placed as second runner-up in Binibining Pilipinas 2025. So, there's a history of joining other pageants and doing well as well. So, was that something in your mind also nung nanalo ka? That there's also a next step to consider here?
Well, yes po, because I know that the Misfit organization will always be supportive of what I want and they know what's best for me. So if the opportunity presents itself, I will take it with the support of the Misfit organization.
So you're doing so many things. You're a beauty queen, and then you're a student as well. You're graduating next year, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. Yeah. So how do you balance your time? I mean, that's just crazy.
Oh, may 5 hours of sleep pa yan.
Oh, the 3 hours of sleep
3
nga lang
hours.
tonight.
Oh,
Pero
yeah,
usually daw 5 hours.
Usually
diba?
5 hours,
Yeah, so
Yes, but get your sleep, guys.
Noted.
but what does your day look like?
Well, I try to start it as early as possible because I think that when I do that, I get so much things done and then at
Okay.
the end of the day, I feel very fulfilled. So, yun naman po yung that's in it for me. And yun, I think how I do it is because of holistic fitness, and that's why I want to share to the people how important Misfit is.
Yeah.
Because we always think that fitness is just merely aesthetics or our physical appearance. But holistic fitness is more than that. It is the balance of mental, emotional, and our spiritual fitness.
And how do you practice that in your life, holistic fitness?
Well, I try to take a pause sometimes, even though there's such a lot of things going on. And I reach out to the people who I know that cares for me. And I think that's one of the most effective ways that help me cope, the people around me. That's why it's so important that we surround ourselves with supportive people that will help us when we are down.
Yeah, I think it's at least at this point in time, yung mental fitness, people always talk about yung mental health,
Yes.
mental care. When you talk about mental fitness and trying to advocate for mental health, especially for the younger generation, kasi yung pressure na nararamdaman nila, especially with the advent of social media, has been something different. What advice do you normally give people who need a bit of help when it comes to yung mental strength nila and stay mentally fit?
Yeah. Well, I think it's important that we not only watch what we feed our body, but what we feed our mind. And that includes social media. So, like what you said po, we should check what we read and what we watch on social media. Make sure that it does not harm us more. And find outlets where we can put our energy into that to help us to be to have mental clarity.
You see, that was a beauty queen question. Sorry.
Yeah, it was. So dapat
Time
na ganun
po ba
eh.
dapat?
Diba? Surround
30
yourself with just positive vibes. Tapos pag may mga negative comments sa social media, wag mo na basahin.
Okay, so ready na ako mag-host ng mga beauty pageant.
Ay, pwede po.
Audition piece mo na pala.
Oo, pwede na yun, pwede
Like
na yun.
on
Misfit
TV.
next year daw po.
But can you take us behind your, get ready with me routine? So how does it start for you, and what makes you beautiful, not just looking beautiful, but also feeling beautiful every day?
Well, the first thing that I do, I'm not gonna lie, I check my phone the first thing.
Okay.
And I play affirmations. Yeah, and it really helps me because sometimes like what I said, sometimes I lack sleep.
Okay.
But when I hear those affirmations like, you are beautiful, and then that keeps me throughout the day.
So when you say you play affirmations, I mean, do you play like a soundtrack or
Yes,
ano?
on YouTube.
On
yeah.
YouTube. Do you play the
okay.
Snoop Dogg affirmations?
Meron bang
May
Snoop
Snoop Dogg
Dogg
affirmations.
affirmations?
Yeah, no, yeah. See, Snoop Dogg. The reason why I asked is
Does it
because
get you high?
no, because no. Yung affirmations si Snoop Dogg is directed to preschool children and the kids of Michael Bublé.
cannot.
Oh wait, I
has
think I
who
might
listens to
have
it. Yeah,
read,
right?
yeah.
So that's why I was wondering because there are so many versions of affirmation.
Yeah.
What would you suggest? Like what hits you the most when you hear yung affirmations?
What hits me the most?
Like which particular affirmation really resonates with you kapag naririnig mo?
A lot po eh. Nothing specific.
yeah.
But yeah, I think I might check that Snoop Dogg.
No,
Oh,
check it out.
yeah,
No, really,
me
seryoso
too.
yan.
Yeah.
Seryoso yan. I mean like, nagulat ka na, wholesome yung sagot ko, no? Or yung tanong ko. My
Hindi ko
gosh.
ma-imagine Snoop Dogg affirmation. Parang, ha?
Snoop Dogg was a dog in a children's movie recently,
I-
or a few years ago. But anyway.
Yeah, behind the scenes, baby.
Okay, so let's more focus back on the topic here.
Yeah, but maybe like a personal mantra, that keeps you going every day. Especially na hindi naman tayo laging on the up and up, right? So
Yeah.
sometimes we feel down or we doubt ourselves,
Yeah.
diba? So what do you do to keep yourself motivated?
I always say that we should stay true to ourselves.
Okay.
And I think that's what made me, that's what helped me in the pageant. Because when you check the candidates, or my fellow candidates, I am not the tallest and definitely not the prettiest. And sometimes I still stutter when I speak, but that's how I show my authenticity. I want to be relatable to the people. And I think that's one of the things that helped me bag this crown.
Okay.
It sounds nice because it feels like, as much as the goal is perfection, it's
Yeah.
okay if you're not there. Right? So when we take a look at yung approach mo and to pageantry and it's the authenticity, do you feel that yung authenticity na yan is what sets you apart siguro from the competitors that helped you bag this crown? Did you think that this was probably yung biggest weapon mo or your biggest asset going into this?
I think yes po. Because I've always tried to take away the narrative that beauty queen should be perfect, because we already have beauty queens like Katrina, Pia, that are so beautiful. They are perfect already. And during the pageant, sometimes I'm not okay and I show it, but what I do is I always try my best, or I always uplift myself. That's how I cope, I guess.
Are they yung mga idols mo? See, you mentioned Katrina, you mentioned Pia. Are they the
Yeah.
ones you look up to?
Yes, but I think my favorite beauty queen would be Krishna Gravidas. She's from Baguio as well.
Ah, okay. Yeah.
Miss World Asia.
Oh, wow. Okay.
During the competition, you won several special awards, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Best in evening gown,
Yes.
tama ba? And then Miss Kembot Studios.
Yes po.
What is that all about?
Well,
Ikaw
Miss
yung may pinakamagaling na Kembot?
Kembot, I hope.
Pwede bang i-demo? Can we demo that, Miss Kembot?
Pero kailangan sabayan mo.
Yes
Ay,
po.
hindi na. Siya lang.
Do it po dapat.
Hindi naman ako.
If you can't do it, don't dish it out. Oh,
But
my
Miss
gosh.
Kembot Studios, yeah. So they judge it based on your Kembot?
Well, I think it has a part, but Miss Kembot Studios actually is a new studio by our pasarela trainer,
Okay.
Ian Mendahar.
Okay.
And I think the Kembot has something to do with it.
How do you prepare for your Kembot? And for your favorite poses on stage, yung mga the way you walk the runway, how do you prepare for that?
Well, to be completely honest, I prepared my routine in the evening
Okay, so good
competition before the competition.
The day before lang?
Hours before.
Hours, yeah.
before?
Yeah, and then I have it on my phone. Number 1, walk. Number 2, put your hands on your waist. Number 3, turn. Yeah, that's how I
Yung
do.
repetition, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I think
Okay.
it's better. I would recommend that the girls do it often. We practice it so it becomes muscle memory. But super time constrained, ayan. Nasa notes ko lang po ang routine ko.
Yeah, no, but that's actually perfect. Alam mo, that's how Heitel Diaz won the gold medal sa Olympics.
Ano?
She repeats her routine to herself over and over and over again. And then she did that right before she lifted the gold medal. But then, of course, we have a question here from YouTube. Itong si John Victor Garcia from YouTube actually asks, ano po ang secret to being fit? Ayokong tumaba lagi. Yung consistency, in other words.
Well, I think number 1 is don't pressure yourself talaga. Like, If ayaw tumaba, pero ano ba?
I mean, how do you stay fit? Diba? Maybe we can learn from from what you do.
Well, ako po, I try to be consistent as possible. Going to the gym is not difficult. Being consistent is difficult po.
Okay, consistency
Mahirap.
pagdating sa exercise
Yeah.
routine.
Pero mahirap pa yung consistency
Showing
sa
up.
kain.
O, sa kain.
Yun din po.
Yeah. I mean, what's your diet like?
Diet, well, during the pageant, I tried to lessen my carbs.
Okay.
But usually, I eat what I want because I don't want to feel bad when I don't get to eat properly.
Right.
So yun po, don't pressure yourself po talaga.
When you take a look at the fact that these days, especially for the younger generation, mas healthy sila eh. But sometimes they go about being healthy the wrong way.
Yeah.
They either go crash diet, they cut something out completely from their diets, or maybe they don't even eat as much.
Or sometimes people over-exercise.
Yes, or they over-exercise.
Yeah, it's
You
not
talk
good.
about being holistically healthy. How would you address that, especially to the youth, that probably take it a step too far when they are in their fitness journey?
Well, I think it comes from what we see online really, because we post only the good things. We post when we feel, when we look sexy like that. But that is what destroys our mental health as well. So I think we should stay at our pace, not force ourselves and not compare ourselves to others, because we have different bodies and what might work for them will not work for us. So
Okay.
that's what I have to say.
Well, now that you're Miss Fit Philippines 2025, you are our reigning queen, our fit-spiration. How does this change your life, and what are your plans moving forward?
Well, since it has only been a few days, I think. And actually, I have a lot of opportunities coming already, and I'm so grateful for the Misfit organization for being so generous all the time to us girls.
Okay.
And in the following days, I hope to work closely with this organization and collaborate with organizations in Baguio, which I am working with as well.
Perfect. I mean, yeah, before we, wrap this all up, every beauty queen has a team. And I'm sure you want to say thank you to them also. Can you let us know who has helped you in your journey so far?
Well, aside from my friends and my family, my support team, my core team, Reina Management Philippines, especially my Kuya Miko and my Kuya JV, they are my backbone, yes.
Okay.
They are my makeup artists and hairstylists as well. And they took care of me even though sometimes they're not able to visit me in Manila because we were locked in and they're in Baguio. They do their best to always comfort me because there are really times where I feel bad because it's
a stressful environment.
yeah, this is stressful environment.
Yeah.
And I'm just so happy that I have my kuyas who I can turn to whenever I need help, when I need someone to talk to. And yeah, they are a big part of this journey. And I want to thank, and I don't know how to thank them, and because they do so much for me. And I don't know how I can repay them, kuyas.
Do you remember how they reacted when you won?
No, because it took a while before I got to see them backstage because there were so many people taking pictures with us. And yeah, but when I saw them, they were jumping. And then, kuya, parang hindi pa siya nagsisink in sa akin. But they were already so happy. And seeing them happy made me happy as well. So parang,
Hooray sa mga kuyas.
Yes.
Kuya ka, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, pero
this
diba,
is
parang
not-
kuyas are always like so supportive and protective of their younger sisters. Diba? Parang nag-iisip ka. Let me ask your sister first.
So we love asking this last question. We love asking this last question, Anne, and I think you should let it rip.
Okay, our show is called Beautiful Day. So, Katrina, what makes your day beautiful?
what makes my day beautiful? Being here.
Aw.
This is my first TV guesting, actually, as
Oh,
Miss
wow.
Fit Philippines.
Yay.
Yes, and I'm so grateful for this opportunity. And I hope that we get to work closely in the future.
100%.
Thank you so much, Miss Fit 2025, Katrina Calica for Baguio, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Queen.
Thank you so much. And you know what? We anticipate a lot more success for you. And you know, we had a beautiful guest, and we cannot wait to tell you that we only have 85 beautiful days left before Christmas. That's right. So what's up for Christmas? A lot of spending. Save up, guys. Save up. It's almost
Dapat nga, as
time.
early as now, you should do your shopping na para hindi tayo nagmamadali.
No. I actually thought about that. Do your shopping later. Kasi
Why?
if you shop now, you might find something better in the future and mabili mo rin. So, dodoble yung mga gifts mo.
Di rin.
Dodami yung
Tabi mo
spending
na.
mo.
Dapat
Hindi.
inisipin mo
No,
na.
if you-
Kinapila ko na si Paolo Okay na yun. At least alam mo, I have a gift for you.
Well, that's a wrap on our show this Wednesday, October 1. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, keep it cool, take it easy, and follow the Rosario.
And I'm Ann Asis-Carilo. Have a great day ahead. And always remember to choose joy and spread love and kindness wherever this day takes you. See you again tomorrow, 7 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. only here on
Beautiful day!
Day!